I hereby declare this to be an unlawful assembly.
Oh, is that what it is? Well, I don't want you to violate the law. Give him your back number, he'll leave you alone. Yeah.
Good works are done in light, so what's done in darkness needs to be brought to light. And it's up to us, citizen media, to be out here and expose it.
We will stand and fight. Seeking answers to age-old questions, deciphering the world painted around you by the mainstream media. This is the Kev Baker Show. And now, here is your host, Kev Baker.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I'm your host for the next 2 hours of live radio, right here with the Kev Baker Show on Truth Frequency Radio, where we give you protection from deception and where we claim that silence is consent. TFRlive.com. We've got our own chat room over at tfrlive.com/chat. So a big shout out to everyone listening on the TFR website, the home of the Kev Baker Show. Now, TFR also goes out on TalkStream Live, so you can try on there. And if all else fails, we've got Paranormal Radio app as well. And of course, we go out in the KBS Discord server. So wherever you are, whenever you are, welcome to the show. That's right, I am Kev Baker, and I'm broadcasting to you from under the Data Dome in Smart City, Glasgow. And we go all the way around the world, from America to Australia and all the way back again. And we broadcast to people in just about every single country you can imagine. And we do that thanks to TFRlive.com. And a big shout out to Chris and Cherie Geo for continuing to let me have their platform to put this show out there to all of you great people. And of course, I am just one of many shows here on the network. So try listening to a new show this week. Something you've never tried before. Just give it a go. Maybe it'll be something you love. Maybe it'll be something you hate. But that's why we are a true free speech platform. Because not everybody, not all of the shows agree on all of the topics. That'd be pretty weird. In fact, that would be kind of cultish if we all agreed on the same things and we all believed in the same topics, etc. So we have got 33 shows. Yes, the magic number of 33. And that'll trigger many people along the way. But try another show. Try my good friend Ella Free. She's got her show on here every Friday. She's also on a Monday with Don Jeffries. So please try out a new show this week. And of course, I'll be here every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with KBS. And Freaky Friday on, you guessed it, a Friday. And today is going to be a lot of fun. And there's going to be a lot of wow moments. Because we are going to be getting into ROCKIN RIOS reverse, perverse, circus. And to help us do that, we have ROCKIN Rio and his good friend, and my good friend, and your good friend, Jimmy Jeans is here with us as well. Let me come to you first. Jimmy, the man in the hat. How you doing, brother? This is a show that you've been instrumental in putting together. Look at you smiling away there, dude. I'm looking forward to this. You're looking forward to it. How you doing, brother?
Dude, I am hanging by a thread in FEMA Region 9, but I am feeling fine because I'm on the Kev Baker Show. My favorite show, the most relevant show in the alternative media, in my opinion. I listen every single day. I heard you had Don Wiskin on earlier in the week, and I didn't tune in on Monday. That was a day I missed in my every single day. And the one day that I missed, I got the replay yesterday, and I thought Don was on. So I wanted to come on, because I love Don. I wanted to hang out with him, but you took the day off. So sorry I missed Don. I really enjoy hanging out with him, man. And the extended bite is really helping my mom out a lot.
Listen, Don missed you as well, dude. Don missed you as well. And the reason I didn't reach out to you on Monday is because I do a show every day of the week, okay? Mm-hmm. And I know I know how much that can catch up with you. And just recently, you've moved to that format as well. So you're still trying to readjust. And the fact you're able to come on here on a Wednesday, I'm ever so grateful for you coming on a Wednesday. And I just didn't want to like put pressure on you, because you're like me. You're the kind of guy that can't say no, dude.
Dude, there's no place I'd rather be than on the Kev Baker Show. Let me just say that. But yeah, you're right. We moved to Aftermath.fm. We left Revolution Radio, so we're exclusive on Aftermath.fm. We follow Clyde Lewis every night at 10:30 Pacific.
The Clyde Lewis.
The Clyde Lewis. And then now, David Knight's on there. Chris T. Harris is on there. Billy Ray Valentine's on there. And aren't you going to be visiting Billy sometime soon?
Yeah, Thursday night, yeah.
That's right. Well, he's live Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night, immediately preceding the Clyde Lewis. So you guys will be rocking it, and then you guys will drop the mic, and then Clyde will pick it up. And so listen, over there on the show, if you don't know our show, Into the Microcosm, I have several really great people that help me out and help out the show, and they're just part of the show. Everybody on the show pretty much can do a show on their own, but we all kind of group up and take pot shots at the New World Order and have a good time doing it. We do it a different way. And one of my best friends, and he's been with me probably the longest, and his skill level is as high as mine in production, and he's my co-host, my buddy, my best friend, Rockin' Rio. Are you there?
Rio, how you doing, man? It's so good to have you on, Rio. You are, of course, Jimmy's co-host, but tell the audience a little bit about who you are and why you're here today, and why you've rolled into town with the Perverse Reverse Circus.
Well, it's we've been doing this for quite a while now. I usually do it on Friday nights, and it's always been interesting, and people really seem to be fascinated by it, and to really enjoy some of the stuff I've found and come up with. So, coming back to TFR and being on here, and especially with you, to let some of the cats out of the bag, as it were. It's great to be back here.
Yeah, Rockin' Rio is a big Kev Baker Show fan. He loves Freaky Friday. And he's stuck in traffic every day, Kev. He drives from Jersey back to upstate New York. So he's always listening, man, and he loves the Kev Baker Show, and he is happy as he can be.
I'm pegging the brown stuff. That's what I like to hear. So listen, Rio, I done a quick pre-show stream today. What a disaster that turned out to be. I was talking to myself for half an hour without pressing live on YouTube. And I was wondering why everyone in the chat room was not talking about what I was talking about. And then I seen people saying, well, 5 minutes late, that's okay. But 10 minutes, 15 minutes, that's just getting rude. And then I looked at the back end and I hadn't even pressed live. But what I did do on that show is I went over the reverse speech theory. And I've had David Oates on the show once before, and he's somebody that really popularized this reverse speech phenomenon. I want to get your take on what reverse speech is all about, brother.
Well, I guess in some ways I have a similar take as David Oates. Obviously, he's been around. I have a lot of respect for him and the stuff he's come up with. I mean, he's definitely very good at it. I actually started doing it myself way back in the 80s, more with music than, speeches, excuse me, and politicians and stuff. But, I have this theory that there's like 3 different types of reverse speech that go on. There's the intentional backmasking. You record it backwards, you put it on the record backwards, however it goes. Then, there's the organic type, you and I having a conversation. It comes out in our natural speech with each other. And then there's also, I think there's a spiritual aspect to it, these creepy people who are, into the devil and into the Crowleyan magic and some of the other stuff. I think there's a spiritual aspect to it.
Mm-hmm. Well, Rio, give people a little background. Now, you're a sound engineer. You've been in the music business your whole career, basically before you got into doing the radio stuff. So, I mean, you've been working with engineering as far as sound frequencies, the way things move, the way things roll. You can, and the thing about your particular expertise in this area is that you've spent so many hours doing this that when we listen to it, a lot of us can't hear it. A lot of us, I mean, I know Kev's, a lot of times says he can't hear it unless someone says what it is. But the thing is you've gotten to the point because let's be honest, man. You've listened to thousands of hours of stuff in reverse, have you not?
Yeah, probably.
Since the 80s.
How much it's been.
Yeah,
man.
since the 80s.
Suppose I should throw out there, I don't necessarily hear it first time. But that being said, just because I don't hear it doesn't mean that I dismiss it. I really do think there's something to this. And that's why I've had Oates on the show. It's why I'm really looking forward to this as well. I don't necessarily see ghosts all the time, but I believe in them. I don't need to hear something myself, because I know there's people out there in the audience who hear it right away. It's the same when you're doing EVPs on ghost hunting, stuff like that. Rio, I've been tone deaf since I was a baby. But trust me, so it doesn't surprise me that I need prompting. I need somebody to offer me what it might be saying. And as soon as I hear that, then I hear it. But again, that kind of worries me a little bit. But at the same time, just because I don't hear it myself doesn't mean I dismiss this. I think there's something very, very genuine to it.
Well, I'm so convinced about how much there is to it. And as we've gotten into it, for example, when David Oates does it, he always has like little phrases and he pulls out, kind of the highlights, the really clear ones for people to hear and whatever. And I always kind of assumed it was that way too, because like if I do you and I having a conversation, there'll be those little key phrases buried in stuff. But what we've discovered recently is with people like Biden and Trump and some of these other politicians and public figures that you would consider on the darker side of things. Whether it's their speechwriters or their evil coming out of them, however you want to look at it, they don't just speak in occasional phrases. They speak in actual paragraphs in reverse, yes. And it's really become a thing. I mean, it kind of blows my mind. The first time I found that, where it was more than a sentence, I was totally shocked myself.
It is literally mind-blowing that the whole speech that somebody gives forward has a whole contextual format going backwards, and the thing is Rio and myself and Epic Journeyman all actually are starting to believe that these speeches are written phonetically by the AI, so that even if it's not intentional by the reader of that script, that phonetic expression comes out in reverse. Explain that a little bit, Rio, how that works with the phonetics and how things work in reverse.
Well, it's, your brain actually does process in both directions. Little babies actually, ask for food in reverse, even though to us it sounds like goo goo gaga. So your brain has the ability to pick it up because kind of like a computer, we analyze patterns in sounds and certain sets of sounds. It's just like, we all have different accent, right? Kev's got his Scottish. I've got the fast-talking New York guy. You could have an Australian. We're all speaking English, but we're all pronouncing all the words differently. I can understand you. You can understand me, right? We can both understand the other guy. And we all sound a little funny to each other, but we don't sound funny to ourselves. So when you're listening to this reverse speech, if you kind of approach it with that in mind, like the sound patterns, the recognition patterns that trip your brain into recognizing the words are, they're a little weird sometimes. It sounds like somebody's drunk or they're slurring or or whatever, but it's what's there. It's the same. And you could dismiss it if it was a word or two, but when you're at the point of it being a paragraph, a congruent, coherent paragraph of a statement, it's too far beyond chance to not be realistic.
Now we're doing a lot of talking about it here, and that's good because I want to set it up. And Jimmy, you touched on one of the questions I was going to actually ask Rio, because I was going to ask Rio, does he think that when somebody like Trump or Biden, and for anyone out there who think Trump or Biden writes any of their own speeches, come on, wise up. There's people does that for them. They get given it. That's why they've got the teleprompter there to read it. So one of my questions was going to be whether it was deliberate at that part of the process, whether they're actually trying to load it with these reversals when you play it, or whether you think that in itself, it's just organic the way it comes out. It's not intentional the way the speech is written. Where do you lie on that?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. When you see Trump or Biden come up to the podium and they're reading off the teleprompter, and the speech is obviously, when you reverse it, it's got a lot of content to it. That's kind of got to be pre-written. But on the other hand, when you watch these guys doing interviews that are unscripted, I have an example here with Fauci for a little later, where he's doing an interview and he kind of just outs himself, and not just like a little phrase, 4 or 5 full sentences of outing himself coming out of his subconscious. And, he's not reading a script. He's just speaking off the top of his head. So, it works both ways.
It does work both ways, Kev. And the thing about the black magic aspect of it and the reverse aspect of it is a lot of practitioners will read backwards, walk backwards, think backwards, count backwards. Anything they can do, everything is in reverse. And,
it's like the mirror, isn't it? It's like the mirror image. It's like the flip, right?
Exactly. Exactamundo. So, Rockin' Rio, now, I know you've got a lot of stuff on the table here.
I'm going to shut up. Let's get into it, man. I'm looking forward to this. Rio, start. Who do you want to start with, dude? You're muted up, bro.
Hey, bro, you're muted. Hey, also, do you have any? Did you capture those full speeches in text that you had a couple weeks ago? Were you able to capture those?
Yeah, I've got a bunch of them.
Okay, great, man. Because I really want everyone to hear what actually is happening contextually from the text without the interruption of the reverse speech, because it's distracting. So that's absolutely fantastic. Rockin' Rio. I'm gonna go. Hey, Kev, I'm gonna go sit on the back of the boat and have a drink and listen to this here, because I can't. I'm telling you right now. Hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be a barn burner, and I'm telling you right now.
Here we go, man. Here we go.
Okay, so here we go. So, like I was saying before, I know you have a bit of a hard time hearing some of this stuff.
Yeah. And
I figured, what a better way to get your ear in tune for and your mind in tune for it than to hear yourself.
Oh, what, man?
Yeah, man. I was listening to Freaky Friday the other night, and I heard you talking with Naysay about it. And I was like, well, let me see what Kev has to say. So, maybe you hearing yourself.
Now I'm worried. I am worried.
Oh, don't be scared.
Oh, man, dude. This is going to be one of the best Kev Baker shows that's ever hit the airwaves. I'm telling you right now.
Panic in my face, Jimmy. I'm sitting here thinking, oh, no.
Oh, don't worry, Kev, man. Don't you worry. Okay, Rio's got you. He's got your back, bro. Go ahead. And that doesn't mean anything weird either. That just means...
Not yet till we play it backwards.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, obviously, you opened the show. You were talking about the alien disclosure thing, right? And I've got a couple clips here of you talking about the alien disclosure. And here we go.
History was made. The disclosure report finally came out, ladies and gents, and we read all 9 gargantuan...
So now, when I reverse that, you'll hear toward the end of this little phrase, you'll hear something. I'll slow it down so you can hear it clear. Right at the end there you go. Did you hear yourself?
I heard something weird right at the work.
All right, so
the disclosure report finally came out.
All right, so you're gonna say, "Make you laugh. Here are jokes."
Ladies,
whoa, whoa. all right. Okay. Oh, I'm in.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ria.
So, a little bit farther up here, you're still talking about the.
Hey, your audio's kind of going in and out, Ria.
Is it really? That's weird.
You're all right now.
There you go.
Okay, so here's the next clip.
Not, I want to say I told you so, but I told you so. It would be much to do about nothing.
Right, so slow it down a little bit and play it back.
So
the first one said, "If it's my bad, it's on me."
It would be much to do about nothing.
Wow. I get the on me, but clear as day. Definite.
So here it goes a little farther. Now that cause is lost. Head up.
But I told you so. It would do that. Head up.
You knew that cause is lost. So you knew that the alien disclosure was a lost cause.
Whoa. Now, I have to ask, being a Kev Baker show listener, have you done this for me in the past? Am I deceptive in my podcasting?
No. I think I did you
long time ago. Yeah.
A while back. Long time ago. Yep. And no, you're legit, man. You're congruent.
You are, dude.
You're all there's nothing creepy going on behind the scenes. So.
No, thank you, Satan. Nothing like that.
Oh well, you do talk about Satan in one of the next clips, but
it's
a little different.
The thing is, Kev, is that you when we looked at you back in the day, you were 100% congruent, and we knew you were an honest bro back then. And here you are. How many years later is this real? Like 6 years later, homie is still congruent, dude. He has not changed. Look at Trump, the chomp. He was congruent, and then he went south. Everything he said forward was reverse. It was negative, backwards, opposite of what he was saying forwards. But Kev Baker is true blue, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, this is the place to be Monday through Thursday, 2 o'clock Pacific.
We've got 3 minutes left before we go to the break. I want to hear more of this, Rio. Come on.
Okay. So you said that phrase twice, and so here's the second one. And at the end, you said their asses knew something.
They know
a ton. That's what it was.
Yeah.
No, I want to say I told you so.
Yep. Noah is clear. Yep. See, Jimmy, I'm actually hearing more than I thought.
Well, see, because it's your own voice now. So.
Yep.
Tune in a little better, maybe.
Maybe.
So now I got another one of you.
This is cool. This will take us to the break, and then when we come back after the break, we'll get into the characters, the Bidens, the Faucis, the Trumps, the Gates, the AOC.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Actually, I got you talking about AOC, too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Ann might not be too happy about it.
It's okay. I'll got headphones on.
So here's the next one.
To 2021, and guess what?
All right, so you're a little unhappy about 2020 and 2021, and I'll let you listen to it because this one's pretty clear.
Oh, second, no, we know the.
Hear it again.
To 2021, and guess what? Oh, second, no, we know the.
Oh, Satan, I know enough's enough.
Whoa. Jimmy, man, dude. Now I know why you're into this. I like it. There's people, I'm seeing people saying they could hear that clear as day backwards with me. See, this is what I mean. I know people can hear this way better than I do. So this is pretty cool, man. Pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I figured, and it's good too because you're telling the devil you're just not happy with it.
Yeah,
like,
I can handle that. I'm not thanking him.
Yeah, right. So it's his fault.
And one of the most famous ones I can think of is Obama. Yes, we can. And when you play that backwards, thank you, Satan. So at least I'm not thanking Satan. At least I'm not in that club.
No, you're not in that club at all, man. And let me just say, I'm just saying, we only have so much time. But, Kev Baker, true blue, and you can trust what he says, man. He's coming at it he's coming from an honest place. Even if information may change
on the
over
break.
here.
So when we come back from the break, now that we've absolutely mortified me, I didn't realize Jimmy or Rio had done any of this, folks. Jimmy said there'd be a surprise. I didn't expect that. We'll be back after the break. Don't go anywhere.
It's about things. It's time to go now. I don't think that.
Holy crap, dudes. That's like spooky.
Hey, listen.
Spooky, man.
Hey, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out and have a real cigarette. I can't smoke that vape shit, man. I need real cigarettes. So I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to take my iPad with me. So I'll be listening. So when I come back, I'll be able to get right into the conversation. But there's really nothing for me to say anyways, Rio. I mean, it's going to be all you right now anyways, right? So
Rio, who's the one that really... Who is it that blows you away? Is it Biden? Is it Trump? What one really shocks you?
They all do.
Yeah.
There's I'll got some stuff here for you to like show you how evil some of these people are.
Yeah.
It's just mind blowing how really bad these people are. Like we said with Trump in the beginning, before he became president, as he was becoming president, he was okay. And then, once he got toward the end of his whole shtick here and what he's doing now, it's a total turnabout.
Yeah.
He's gone down the path of no tomorrow. With the vaccine and he knows that he was in there to destroy things. So,
man, it's good stuff. It's good stuff, Rio. I'm telling you, dude, I'm liking this. Now we're on Jimmy's YouTube channel as well just now, I think.
Yep.
If people want to go and check it out over there, subscribe to Jimmy, whatever. And when are you on with Jimmy, Rio? When do you do this regularly? So because if there's people into this, I want them to be able to hear you do it all the time,
Oh yeah, I do the microcosm every Thursday and Friday night, at 10:30 Pacific. And then Jimmy and I actually have a music show Sunday mornings now that we do on Aftermath as well at it's 11 Eastern. So
Jimmy must enjoy that. He likes spinning some tunes up, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, that's what we do. We just spin some tunes. We tell some road stories.
Who did you work with in the music industry then? Any stories?
Yeah, lots of people, man.
Yeah.
Probably the most famous and the one that I've put out and let people know is, I used to work with a guy named Bill Perry. He's a blues guitar player, but he was also Richie Haven's guitar player. So I got to spend a lot of time with Richie and stuff like that. But I've been with, worked with Levon Helm and, I got some good stories about that too that we get into some other time. But
the only musician I've had on the show was Liberty DeVito.
Uh-huh.
The drummer for Billy Joel, I think it was. Yeah. Cool dude. Really cool dude.
Yeah. And, since, even with that, I met Max Weinberg a bunch of times and Jimmy Vivino, who's the actual musical director of the Conan show, was on our record. He's produced the records. He's a friend of mine. So,
cool, dude.
There's a lot of people. But I used to do a lot of like roadwork side gigs, so we're sound stuff. So I got to meet tons of rock stars and hang around backstage and that.
Oh man, your stories must be epic, literally epic.
I've got some
imagine.
That's for sure.
I'll bring in the network, dude. Here we go.
Okay.
tuned into the truth frequency.
Your protection from deception.
TFR.
Truth Frequency Radio.
Time to pay. Time to pay. Time to pay. Time to pay.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And like it says, time to play it back because we are going in reverse today. It is the Perverse Reverse Circus right here on the Kev Baker Show with Jimmy Jeans. He's nipped out for a little break just now. But I have got the man of the moment, Rockin Rio, long-time listener to the Kev Baker Show. And he's also a co-host with Jimmy over on Into the Microcosm on Aftermath FM. Check that out every Thursday and Friday. Is it Rio that you're on?
Yep. Every Thursday, Friday for me. I have a day job, so I can't do it all week, unfortunately.
Well, I tell you what, dude, you have really, really raised the bar in part one of the show today because I had no idea. Jimmy said there was a surprise. I had no idea that you'd gone and reversed me. And it just shows you that this is something that we all do subconsciously. It's not just something that's confined to politicians. It's not just something that gets written into their speeches, the celebrities. This is something that we all kind of leak out our subconscious intentions in. Would you agree, Rio?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, a little while back, I did on our show, I did Jimmy, Epic, and myself. So that I did the three of us in reverse, that was kind of interesting doing myself. I don't generally do that, but
I'm quite blown away.
At least I found that I can trust myself.
Yeah, there is that, but I'm quite blown away by the fact that you've kind of taken it on a lot further than David Oates, and it's not to speak badly against David. I've had him on the show, but I really didn't appreciate when you were telling us during part one of the show, this goes beyond just little 2 words, 3 word phrases. And in fact, if you break down an entire speech, what I'm picking up from you is that there's like maybe a paragraph that's kind of leaked out and it makes sense, right? It kind of goes.
Yeah.
It's in context.
Yeah. The first one I found was when Biden made his nomination for president speech back in November. I listened to it. It was him and Harris. They came out, and I was like, I checked them both out, and they both had stuff in reverse. But I started going, and it was like the first phrase, and I was like, oh, that's pretty clear. And then I listen a little more, and listen a little more, and listen a little more. And the next thing you know, I've got this whole page of notes, and I'm going, this is like mind blowing. I've never seen this before, So I mean, for me, it only goes back a little less than a year with figuring out all this, really deep stuff. And Well,
let's start with him. Let's start with Sleepy Joe, since he is the current president, or at least the person that stays in the White House, allegedly. So I would imagine listening to Creepy Joe front or back has got to be very tedious because, I don't know, he's a bit doddery at the best of times, right?
Yeah, he's, he's sleepy. So, he's boring in reverse too, to some extent, or at least his voice is boring. But, he's a little creepy, man. I mean, some of the stuff I've found, like, I don't even want to, like, say on the air. I will tell you he's a butt man. He's, he
doesn't like just smelling people's hair.
He's definitely got a backside fetish.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. And
for anyone out there, before you get into this is totally, you see, this is how I roll. It's the Democrats, it's Joe Biden here, but I don't lean either way. So the other side of the aisle is going to be getting ripped apart and reverse speeched as well, folks. I hold no punches when it comes to politics. I don't go left, I don't go right. I think they're both cheeks of the same aforementioned bum that Rio was talking about. And the only thing that separates them in the middle is a crack. But they're joined. It's power. Doesn't matter if it's left, it's right. They're all a target on the Kev Baker show because I think it's all a heap of bunk and none of them have got our best interests at heart.
No, they definitely don't. And, you know, I mean, even with the stuff that's been in the news lately with, you know, a lot of these scandals and the island and, you know, stuff like that. And I actually have some of that too, where,
wow.
Yeah, you'll actually dig this. It's pretty deep. But this is from Joe Biden's speech to Congress not that long ago. And he, you know, he's giving his normal speech forward. And I guess I probably should preface this. Maybe I'll read what you'll hear, and then we can go through it piece by piece. So what his speech says backwards in reverse, and this is where I'm talking about paragraphs and cohesive statements. He says, "I'm the worst beast. We destroy. Guess this new patent. We loved it. Satan, I must take this remark for a sword. Honestly, it's the shizzle." He doesn't say shizzle. He says, "And I'll worship Satan. And how many shills is up in this? A master who destroys, yeah. All Lucifer's staff. We're his staff for the one issue. This mark be headless. It's a shiv, but it ever lasts nicely. Says, I possess it, the patent."
Whoa.
Yeah, he's talking about the vaccine, clearly.
Yeah. So it keeps going from there. It says, "The mark of this new crime initiate. Ask her because the mark he needs now, and it works. Sad, but now we're all, feed me on, my lover. And I sit on it, and they all saw it. Cool." He says, "So the crime begins, the crime initiate. Unleash the meltdown. The crime, I'm seeing it. Sinners to follow. Sly how she seeks this kind of magic. Keep us hearing it, ISIS. Now often I've said before, we'll erase your belief with all we train you."
Whoa, dude.
So there's no way that that's just an organic subconscious uttering coming out of this guy's head. I mean, if it is, he's got some kind of demon possession going on.
There's no
you know,
way.
I mean, there's nothing really other way to explain it as far as I'm concerned.
That's bizarre. That's like way too much. It's way beyond the "thank you, Satan," the odd kind of phrase that I thought leaked out.
Well, even like with what I found on you, right? It's a little couple words here, a couple words there, and it's generally with what you're saying forward, what your stream of thought is. This is, you know, this is, it's either scripted or supernatural. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no other way around it.
And this is where we started to look at this from a perspective of the construction of the speech by an AI or a GI that's phonetically correct. In other words, one of the things we found, Epic German and I were doing some work on the Manson killings and this and that. And you know, there's a video, the 10 craziest things that Manson ever said. And so one of them is they make fun of him because he's speaking gibberish. And we were playing the clip, and immediately when I heard the gibberish, I went, he's speaking in reverse. And Epic's like, yeah, he's speaking in reverse, forwards, on purpose. So we ran that reverse, and he was saying, he was talking about LSD, MK Ultra, mind control. He says, she's going to forget to say that I didn't do it, because he didn't do anything. He was thrown in prison for mind control, not for murder. He didn't kill anybody. They never proved he killed anybody. And it's funny that he was saying in this little reverse speech, Rio, that, you know, I mean, so people speak, you know, magicians or magus, they speak in reverse on purpose. because that's part of what they learn how to do. Write in reverse, dog is God spelled backwards, that kind of thing. Live, that kind of thing. Live spelled backwards is evil. This kind of thing. Go ahead, Rio, you're muted.
But not when it's spoken backwards. Live is not evil backwards.
Right. And that's why an AI or an AGI would be the perfect builder or architect for a speech that played in reverse. Now, one of the time, remember when Trump came out after he went to the hospital and he got the vaccination and he came out and said, hi, it's me, your president, and I'm standing in front of the White House. And we're like, yeah, sure you are. Sure you are, President Trump. But the thing is he was actually speaking in reverse, and we detected Russian. So there's also potential, let's just say, from an espionage, for example, you have an AGI speechwriter that's writing something so that when a public speaker speaks in public, the message goes out in a foreign language, but the only person that knows about it is the one that you want to get the message to. So he takes the speech from the person, he runs it backwards, he hears it in Russian, he uncodes the Russian and gets the message. The CIA used to have writers in newspapers around the world that would write articles, and they would have agents or analyzers here in the United States take those articles and phonetically decode the code that had been put in there ahead of time, so that they could get the messages out of the Soviet Union or wherever it was that they were hiding or working in Go ahead, Rio. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to jump in there.
No, that's all right. And actually, since you brought up the foreign language thing, Kev, you'll find this interesting. When the rockets were launched in Israel a month or so ago, what's his name? Yahoo. He came out he gave a speech, and in reverse, he was speaking Hebrew forward, but in reverse, in English, it says the rockets hit Israel.
Whoa.
I didn't actually, I could cue that up for a little later.
So this really knows no language boundaries either then?
Yeah, well, I mean, he speaks English fluently, so,
yep.
I don't know if he was trying to say something, because he also called he called the Arabs some names in the reverse too, but it was, that was the part that set me, is it said, he was speaking Hebrew, and obviously I don't speak Hebrew, but I heard him say, the rockets hit Israel. So
wasn't it the Trump thing and the Russian that really had you magnify some of these people that are speaking in languages that we don't necessarily understand? Like, I don't understand Greek, or I don't understand Spanish, or whatever it is. I don't understand it. So typically I'm not going to go listen to those videos in reverse. But as a clue that you found with the speech on Trump with the Russian, now you said, well, hey, man, let me go look at Netanyahu speaking Hebrew, and boom, there's something there. So look at
let's just slow down a minute, because we started on Biden here. We heard what it said. Let's have a listen to it.
All right. I'll forward, and then
that'd be awesome, man.
Then we'll go through the backwards a little slower, so you guys can hear everything.
A chance to deliver real equity. Good jobs, good schools, affordable housing, clean air, clean water, being able to generate wealth and pass it down to generations because you have an access to purchase a house. Real opportunities in the lives of more Americans, Black, white, Latino, Asian Americans, Native Americans. Look, I also want to thank the United States Senate for voting 94-1 to pass the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act to protect Asian American and Pacific Islanders. You acted decisively. You can see on television the viciousness of the hate crimes we've seen over this past year and for too long. I urge the House to do the same and send that legislation to my desk, which I will gladly, anxiously sign. I also hope Congress will get to my desk the Equality Act to protect LGBTQ Americans.
All right, so there's what he's talking about, folks. Little hate speech, but the backwards now is all about him worshiping Satan. So, so the first line will be, "I'm the worst beast, we destroy. Guess this new patent, we loved it."
Handles, these like protect LGBTQ members, these like
So there's the I'm the worst beast we
Yep.
destroy. Guess this new patent. We loved it. And it says, Satan, I must make this remark for a sword.
Whoa. Satan, the first bit of that, definite. Even I heard that.
Yeah, he's generally pretty clear when he's doing this. And it says, honestly, it's the shizzle. And I'll worship Satan.
Whoa. Jimmy, I told you there'd be a lot of wow moments from me today.
Man, we're just getting started, brother.
Oh, yeah. This is, how many shills is up in this? A master who destroys, yeah.
That's really clear.
Yeah, he's, he is. He's going to say, Lucifer's staff. We're all his staff for the one issue. Kev, I'm watching your eyes on camera, man. You're bugging you out.
That is totally, that's like hair standing up material. Because usually, even when I've been told, even sometimes then I get maybe word here, word there, but that is really clear, dude.
Yeah, it's, and he does this constantly. It's not like this is not like an isolated incident.
No.
Like every speech he gives is like this.
And you know what's funny too is he'll even say, I'm going to talk in reverse now. A lot of them do. They'll say, I'm going to talk in reverse now. And then they say, let's stop talking in reverse, huh, Rio? Expand on that a little bit.
Yeah, actually, I do have a couple clips where they are saying that one of the ones with Biden, it says, reverse this now, hear our message. I got one, I think... I have a couple of them here lined up in the clips where you'll hear that. They listen to the reverse.
Please continue.
So it says, this mark be headless. It's a shiv, but it everlasts nicely. And then when it gets to the applause, it'll say, I possess it, take the patent.
I heard that, but can you slow that just a little? I mean, if you slowed it just a little, I think it would be totally cleared up.
Yep, I could slow it down one more.
You can see on television the viciousness of the hate crimes.
All right, so that was the I possess it, the patent.
Yeah, I heard it.
Definitely heard patent. Yeah.
Gotta forgive me, I have a hard time reading sometimes.
Yeah,
all good in the hood, dude. So do I.
Yeah, I gotta get like bifocals, you know, I'm getting to that point in
my big problem is I'm blind in one eye and I can't see out of the other one. So it's really it's hard.
I need glasses, and I've discovered I'm like dyslexic. I didn't know when I was younger, but now that I read it, it's like words jump around on the page, dude. It's crazy.
It is crazy. Maybe they're backwards, and
maybe they are. I'm just thinking that. I better shut up.
Have you ever tried reading backwards? It's interesting, you know. Yeah,
I've tried it.
Yeah, I know. It's interesting stuff, man. And you know, hey Kev, you know this actually while Rio's getting that ready, this ties into Falconelli. Because remember when we did the dusty old memory hole documents and we started talking about Falconelli and the language of the birds? Well, that was a code based on the phonetic Kabbalah. Now, what if I taught the AGI the phonetic Kabbalah?
You're assuming there's an AGI. I really don't think there is yet.
You don't?
Nah, not an AGI, not a general intelligence. Very well trained, specific, narrow AI. You could do one for that for language. You don't need a general intelligence to do that.
Well, the thing is the learning curve, because Rio's discovered there's programs you can buy, apps, where you can talk into it forwards and it'll play it backwards, but you could and find out what words you say backwards to make it sound backwards, right?
Yeah, I actually have a little app on my phone. I've tried the theory. I wouldn't say I'm proficient at speaking backwards. But I've tested it and kind of manipulated my voice a little bit to try to make the sentence sound like what I thought it should say. And it's definitely doable.
See, if you've got an app that can do it, that tells me you don't need an artificial general intelligence. Well, you just need a well-trained specific one.
Well, that's
it's not the app that does it. It's like the app only plays it forward and backwards, but
you have to make the sound.
Record yourself and then listen to it backwards, and you can kind of, like, if you try it a few times, you can manipulate your inflections and your timing to make it say a little bit more.
Yeah.
Magnify that. Inflections and timing, frequency and sound is what the word is. The God created everything with the word. The word is a vibration, all of this stuff. The words don't mean anything and the definitions mean nothing. What it means something is how you inflect and what vowels and consonants are being used in the words to make you create a sound.
Let's hear more of these sounds, dude. I want to hear more of these reversals. I'm telling you, man. I'm watching the clock ticking by here.
All right, so the next part is going to be, I think it's so the crime begins, the crime initiate, unleash the meltdown. That's the and I sits on it and they all saw it. So now it'll say the crime begins, the crime initiate. So there's the unleash the meltdown.
Americans, black, white, Latino, Asian Americans, Native Americans.
It's interesting that he's talking about races here.
Yeah.
He talks about having the meltdown.
Yeah, definitely get the meltdown, but
wow. Release the meltdown, and then you have all this racial tensions across America. That's really interesting, Rio. Wow.
Yeah, it's well, it's in a way it's kind of congruent, but what the meltdown he's talking about really is, I'm not sure. Obviously a lot of people are having meltdowns.
Society is melting down, man. Everybody is going nuts, man. People have gone literally insane, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not kidding. When you go out in the world, man, watch out. I swear. I mean, mind your own business, because there's people out here that are absolutely nuts. You say something and you trigger these people that are gone. They've gone insane. Literally. Go ahead, Rio. They've gone insane. He's gone insane. Go ahead.
Says sinners to follow. Sly how she serves us this kind of magic.
Sinners to follow. Sly how she serves us this kind of magic.
This keeps us here in ISIS. Now I often said before, we'll erase your belief with all we train you.
I got the first half of that one definite. It was clear.
It says, yes, I hold it up this hoax. Despise you.
Yep.
So that's what I've got for you today on Uncle Joe.
Creepy. Joe just got a whole lot creepier.
Oh yeah, he's
and again, I would say I probably heard, I would say 75 to 80% of what was there. I'm actually quite impressed with myself today, because usually I'm sitting, when I listen to these things, sometimes I'm like, I still didn't hear it. But the way you're doing it, there's definitely words that are very, very clear coming through. very clear. And are you finding that over time, this is becoming, the reversals are becoming clearer?
Yeah,
getting stronger?
If you, well, for me, like, I've listened to so much of it, if you're speaking forward, I can tell there's might be something backwards there. I can't like hear it in reverse as it's going. But, being used to how the words are a little morphed and a little slurred, and sometimes they're dragged out or sometimes they're really fast. And you have to slow it way down to be able to catch every word in the phrase. Like I said, I'm a fast talking New Yorker. So, and you actually speak fairly slow and clear. Like your pace is different than mine. So you may not hear what I have to say until it slows it back down to to a different pace to catch all the words. I mean, I know there's people who say, "What do you say?" Even for me.
Well, we're just about on the end of the first hour here, so don't start a new one yet. When we come back after the break, we'll have a look at Trump. Yes, indeedy, the whole MAGA. I wonder where we're going to go with that. So today you're listening to, let's see if I can do this, Rekab Nivek. Yes, that's my name backwards. Rekab Nivek. Kevin Baker, backwards. What can I say? I had to do it. It's the Perverse Reverse Circus, ladies and gents. We'll be back after these short messages. There we go. There we go. Yes, yes. Rekab. It's almost like kebab.
Where is my phone? Oh, gotta find the Trump one now.
Get Trump. Get Trump, my favorite.
Yeah.
Well, I love a bit of Trump.
Oh, yeah, man. MAGA, everybody.
Where'd it go?
Mag 'em. Mag 'em.
MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. I'm going to hook 'em with my horns. Remember when George Bush, he was throwing up the devil's horn salute? And they said, oh, well, it's because Texas and Texas A&M, and they have a thing where they go hook 'em horns, but it just happens to look exactly like the snout of the jackal or whatever. What's happening, Kev, man?
I thought I had this one open already. I'm just laughing at you, Jimmy. The snout of the jackal. That could be the name of a book.
The snout of the jackal. Because the thing is, I'm not going to do it. Okay? I won't do it. But when you put your thumb...
Dude, I'll do it. There you go.
Let me see. Yeah. See that snout that comes out? That's that same snout that you see in Egypt. You know, you see that dude with the head? It's that same snout. That same thing, the snout of the jackal.
Everyone sees what they want to see. They do, but right?
Yeah. Yow. So that's the thing. That's the thing with this stuff, Kev. Like, because he's been doing this. He does. We do it every Friday night. You know, the last part of the show. And so at first I couldn't remember when I used to say, "Man, we're doing that reverse shit," and I'd go, "Man, I really don't hear it." And you go, "Yeah, me neither." And but now that I've been doing it with Rio, like over this period of time, like even before the show when he's getting it ready and I'm listening to it, I've gotten better at hearing it too. So as time goes by, as you get used to it, it's like learning how to speak a foreign language or listen. You know, if you're a bouncer at a bar, you got to know how to talk to drunk people. You know, you can't.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
It must be trippy to be over in the UK and hear drunk dudes. You probably don't understand what the hell they're doing. Is that? What are you, a chimney sweep over there?
We just sound like British drunk dudes, I would suppose.
You want to hear something funny?
Always.
We're not on the air, right? So we're only on your
No.
Okay, we're on your Discord.
We're just on Discord.
Discord. Okay, here you go. Ready? Hold on a second. Hold on.
The exploding Irishman, a walking stick of dynamite with a very short fuse. Rub him the wrong way, and he'll go off in your face. Duck, you sucker. Together, they'll blow.
Here we go.
frequency.
Your protection from deception. This is Truth Frequency Radio.
Feel it coming in the air.
Yeah.
The sonic symbols everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to the truth.
I'm ready.
It's a dangerous love
I'm
affair.
excited.
Can't be scared when
I'm
it
reverse
goes down. Stand for freedom
script.
here and now.
Undo the spell.
Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna free this town
Bring it.
tonight. Who's gonna free this town
Yeah.
tonight?
What's up?
The new world is going down.
Hour number 2 on today's Kev Baker Show, and the New World Order, it isn't going down today. Not today. Today we're playing them backwards because we are getting into the perverse reverse circus that Rio has rolled into town with. And we are going to jump right back into this, ain't we, Rio? Because you have got the chosen one, the Trumpster. Yes, indeed. I'm looking forward to hearing this, dude. I really am.
Yeah, he's another one. He's a faithful backward speaker, and like I said before, he started off a little more innocent before he became president and in the beginning, and
And I must admit, I mean, I'm not a Trumper in any way, but I've always liked the way he talks. He's a good orator. I like the way sometimes he gives a speech. When he's been on TV before he was a politician as well. I kind of like the guy, but once he got into the whole political thing, yeah.
Well, even when he was getting into the political thing, like he genuinely ran for president because he wanted to help the country and do the right thing. So he started off with good intentions, and he started off with meaning everything he said. And, I guess, all the actions against him and some of the other stuff, you got to think too that like at some point they're going to pull the president aside and put him in a room and say, look, man, you're going to comply with the orders or we're going to take you out.
Well, we noticed the moment too. The moment was when the Las Vegas shootings happened. That was the moment when the congruency on the Trump reverse speech kind of changed. I kind of had the feeling that it had something to do with it. And I also thought when I saw him come out for the press conference immediately following the Las Vegas shooting, he was wearing a purple tie. And to me what that was a flag saying, I give up. I'm on your team. And so because Hillary and Bill were both wearing purple the night that Donald Trump won the election. And then right after this Las Vegas is when the whole Weinstein operation took place, and you saw the fall of a bunch of people that could be used as rag dolls to satisfy the public screaming for blood for some of the stuff that's been going on for all this time. So this was an intense moment, and Trump changed. He, like Rio said, he did believe what he was saying in the beginning. He really did, but something changed, didn't it, Rio?
Yeah, it definitely did. Probably about 2 years in, like about halfway through, he really like took a whole turn in a different direction. So
that's how long it took him to realize that. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
It's how long it took them to really get to him, I think.
Probably.
All right, so here we go. I'll roll the forward, and then we'll do the backwards in chunks.
But they're setting records. It means low taxes and eliminating job-killing regulations, Trumpism. It means strong borders, but people coming into our country based on a system of merit. So they come in and they can help us, as opposed to coming here and not being good for us, including criminals, of which there are many. It means no riots in the streets. It means law enforcement.
All right, so when he talks about law enforcement a lot here, and actually little tiny notes here. So I'll roll each phrase one at a time here. Slow it down a little bit so we can hear it. Serving the law is needless.
When he's talking about law enforcement.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Hear us in this day our words named it.
It says, hear us in this day our words named it.
And I'm a rich still.
And I'm a real shill.
All
right, so this one says, slaughter them with the needle. They deserve to be on it.
Whoa.
Yeah. You want to hear that one again?
Yeah.
And not be good for us, including criminals.
Not be good for us.
Needle deserve on it. Yep.
Okay, this one says, praying they mark us all possessed.
Help us, as opposed to coming here.
Yep.
When they give it, what do they give us?
Oh, I was going to say, I think they say give us at the end there. I got that myself this time. Wow, I'm impressed.
All right, now the next one is the key to like this whole phrase. He says, crime of a magician. Oh, shiz.
Yep.
With those masks, you don't need them. And then this one is serve our law, saved it.
It means strong borders.
All right, so now he's talking about the crime of a magician and serving the law. And serving the law is something that comes up a lot with these guys. I've heard Biden say it. I've heard Trump say it. I've heard Pelosi say it. I've heard, all of them. They're all into serving the law. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's, Crowley's laws of magic.
In my mind, I'm thinking that sounds Crowleyan.
Yeah. That's exactly what I think that is the, the law, serving the law. So now this one is the vaccine. Is this vaccine killing you?
Regulations, Trumpism.
Yep.
Feel us basking in it.
Get in the middle of it.
Dude.
Is the vaccine killing you? Feel us basking in it. Like, we're enjoying the fact that we're killing you. And then the next one is, I think he was actually going into something else here, but it says, since cash flows needless.
Since cash flows
needless, we're drowning the system.
I actually heard needles.
Yeah, it could be, but
they're setting records. It means low taxes.
Let me slow it down a little bit here.
Yeah, needless. Yeah.
Always needless. They're drowning the system.
Yeah.
So, and that there again, it reveals what was going on toward the end of his presidency, right? The whole economy. They're trying to collapse the economy and all that. So, here again, Trump is fairly clear as to what he's talking about. But the magician thing,
That's interesting. And you say when he started out, he was okay. It wasn't leaking anything nefarious. And then as time went on, it got darker and darker.
Yeah. I don't actually have the audio for this one pulled up, but I have the note in front of me, so I could give you another example of what in a Trump reverse. It says, yes, this virus is a whip. First denied it with all that I had, and us must to make Jesus less now. Say a sermon reverse to make it, and I make everyone. And as I split it off, Jesus is no boss. And then the next one would say, words are wicked in your mouth, because you're casting them. The people always fighting it. While you nurse the Disney world, we will deceive you. So that's a Trump reversal right there, a later Trump reversal. So you can hear the darkness has definitely taken on. He gets deeper. But,
well, since we're on virus and vaccines, how about the Faucinator? Has he had any Faucian slips?
I have some Faucinator and some Bill Gates talking about the
nice.
Although the Bill Gates, he's talking about the pandemic forward, but he's not talking about it in reverse. But the old Faucinator here, he kind of admits that he's a shill and that he knows it's fake. Let me get this. Give me a second here to let me get this pulled up and get rid of the Trump. Dr. Fauci, where are you? There we go. All right, so here again, I'll roll the forward and then I'll go through the backwards. All right, here we go.
The escalation has really been considerable. I would imagine, and in fact, I'm fairly certain that as we get into and towards the end of April, you'll see some of the implementation of what you just showed, namely pharmacies, community vaccine centers, mobile units, really stepping up the pace of vaccination. So I believe we're on target. We are on target.
All right, so that's his forward. Now, the reverse is going to say... reverse this rhyme, reverse now revealing that I wasn't ashamed to scam them.
Whoa.
So like I mentioned earlier, they always say that they're going to speak in reverse. This is one of those examples where he says reverse this. And I'll slow him down because he's a little whiny at the top end.
So I believe we're on target. We are on target.
Reverse the rhyme. Reverse now revealing it. So that says, I wasn't ashamed to scam them.
I wasn't ashamed to scam them.
Sick but fun it was. Get serious and we go home.
Sick but fun it was. And we go home.
Yeah.
It says, is there a nice sneeze? I made a name. Sneeze them off, human.
Is there a nice sneeze? I made a name. Sneeze them off, human.
Wow, that end bit, definite, man.
And then he says, Porsches, disturbance is, now believe man must cease slowly. Warfare. The night is loose now. I will sneak in, and you said it. So there's the man must cease slowly.
You'll see some of the implementation of what you know.
So warfare, the night is loose now. I will sneak, and you said it.
Warfare, the night is loose now. We sneak, and you said it.
Now the next line is, mercy life not happening in this sham. But oh yeah, I'll burn us. Nobody believes I'm a shill.
Wow.
Mercy life not happening in this sham. But oh yeah.
Wow, believes I'm a shill. That came out.
Nobody believes I'm a shill. Excited, And oh yeah, I'll burn us. So, anybody who's ever trusted the old Faucinator, start calling.
I trust none of them, dude. I trust none of them. If I see them on the TV, I trust none of them.
Yeah, I mean.
It's a good rule of thumb to have. If they're putting them up there on the mainstream telly, Yeah.
Well, I mean, but this guy, in general, if you look at his history, and his history with Bill Gates and his history with, even viruses and some of this other stuff, you know, he wrote stuff in 2015 that he directly contradicted himself with in 2020. You know, about the mask. You know, is it good? Is it bad? Do you need no mask? Do you need 3 masks? You know, he wrote that there's no cure for the coronavirus that we've ever found, but yet miraculously now he's got the glorious solution. You know, drugs work, they don't work. I mean, the guy can't make up his mind because he's got nothing truthful to say.
Yeah, I agree with you there, dude. So what about Gates?
Mr. Bill Gates or Mr. Matt Gates?
No, Bill Gates. We'll go for the bill first.
We'll go for the bill first. So Bill Gates actually, he did the same thing. And this one's really kind of interesting because he's doing an interview on MSNBC with the host's name is Ari Melber. And Ari Melber is also speaking backwards to Mr. Gates. This is actually one of the other conversations. Yeah, this is one of the other conversations where they mention speaking in reverse. I don't know if I have that particular phrase in the clip I have, but
whatever you got, it's good, dude. I'm telling you, loving it.
Let me see. I got to get Mr. Gates. Bill Gates. Yeah, so the title of this is Bill Gates warns the next pandemic is coming and how to stop it. Let's see. I got to look at my timestamps here to.
All good, bro. All good. Yeah, I know the audience are. There's a lot of people are getting it, and some people are like me that they kind of don't hear it. But that's okay. That's okay, because like I said in opening the show, even if we don't ourselves tune into the actual language, I still, and again, I provide, the audience decides. I still think there's something very, very, very interesting going on here. Very beyond interesting,
to say the least. I mean, the revelation of what's being said in these speeches in reverse and total and in context is literally a slap in the face to humanity. And you know, Rockin' Rio is bringing it over here because Rockin' Rio loves the Kev Baker Show, and I mean, most of this, what you're hearing today, ladies and gentlemen, has never been heard anywhere. Ever.
This is awesome, man. Let's get Bill Gates, dude, because I'm not a big fan of Bill Gates.
All right, so like I said, this is actually the conversation between Ari Melber and Bill Gates. So you'll hear them both, and I'll run it. So I'll do this one a little different. I'll run the forward, and then I'll stop it at different points so you can hear backwards in context. Because it's kind of a conversation, like there'll be 3 or 4 phrases on one subject and a response from the other guy, and then 3 or 4 phrases on the next subject and a response from the other guy. So it's kind of in its own set of chunks rather than.
Would you say this is a conversation, Rio, or would you say that they were kind of going from a script?
No, this was definitely a conversation.
Yeah.
And one of the interesting things here too is this was like Ari Melber's first show on MSNBC, like the first day of his show that he had Bill Gates on. And it's almost like he's petitioning Gates to let him into the club.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So they and this is where now we're going to go down a little bit more the perverse of the reverse, where they start talking about their kinky habits and things.
Why doesn't it not surprise me that leaks out of these people?
Oh man, wait till we get to the Matt Gates. Oh boy.
He's a dodgy character. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, he likes Epstein's Island, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And he admits it too.
Whoa.
You'll love that one. But here, let me roll this.
And welcome to our exclusive interview with Bill Gates, the entrepreneur, Microsoft co-founder, software developer, and philanthropist. Thanks for being here.
All right, so I'm going to go back a little bit. It says, when he says with Bill Gates, he goes, now it's the egg boy. Gates an egghead. All right, well, the first part here says, now he presents it, the hell of man. Global effort he'll foster now.
And philanthropist, thanks for being here.
All right,
so
Okay, I'm rolling the first now. It's the egg boy.
Egg boy.
Yep, now it's the egg boy.
Bill Gates, the entrepreneur. Now it's the egg boy.
I'm never going to call him Bill Gates again. He's always going to be Egg Boy.
Egg boy, yeah. So, I mean, it's some of this is actually pretty funny, but
Bill Gates, the entrepreneur.
Microsoft co-founder, software developer, and philanthropist. Thanks for being here.
Great to talk to you.
so now Bill Gates just responds, right? And he says, "We've God's gift."
We've God's gift.
Wow. It was great to talk to you, and that says, that's weird.
Great to talk to you. We've God's gift.
It sounds like it doesn't even, it sounds like nothing like it sounds forward. Like, it's weird.
That is kind of the interesting thing sometimes. Like, you would think that, evil backwards is live, but
Yep.
two different sounding words, it's actually, or love, right? Evil.
Yeah.
Would be backwards. But when you hear the word love in reverse, it doesn't say evil.
It's crazy, man. It's weird.
So okay, so the next one is going to say, our Marxist mind illuminates. Initiate my stake.
Great to talk to you.
The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation's annual letter is now just come out. You both write about how this pandemic, in your view, will be as defining as World War II.
I'll slow him down.
We're still losing in the office.
All right, so he says, we're still losing in the office. That evil we bring to you, and I names it. Bad habit of thought we are.
That evil we bring to you, says bad habit of thought we are.
Now he says, our Marxist mind, there it illuminates. Initiate my stake in a limited LA buzz.
Our Marxist minds, there it illuminates. Initiate my stake in a limited LA buzz.
That's crazy, dude.
So that's why I was saying Ari Melber is actually petitioning Bill Gates to get into the club.
Yeah, he is. Totally is.
So,
yeah, the interesting thing too with these guys is they signal too they didn't play on this tape, but they did signal each other they're going to talk in reverse. No, Rio?
Yes, they did.
So, so what I was thinking, I mean, let me just throw this out there from a fantasy type idea. So remember the movie They Live? So remember when the dude put the glasses on you and he could see the skeletons or whatever, and they were all on the news. Everybody that was an announcer was one of these people. Maybe all the people that we see that get led into the mainstream, maybe they are some kind of, I don't know, man. Maybe they're talking in reverse all the time, and we just think they're speaking forward, Rio. Because I'm telling you, man, the stuff that you're uncovering here on the KEV Baker Show today is literally blowing the lid off some of these people. And let me just say, 107, 107, you're lucky today. We're not going to get into your dirty business, boy. Go ahead, Rio.
All right. So the next line is going to say, I'm here. Is this vaccine criminal?
What are the key steps to take right now?
I'm here. Yes, this vaccine criminal.
Wow.
All right. So then go back to Bill Gates forward.
What are the key steps to take right now?
Well, we have to do two things at once. We have to bring this epidemic to an end, primarily by getting the vaccine out in large numbers to the entire world.
All right, so okay, it says this is floor rats need this. 2 months and you're on it. Whiny scabs and needing help.
By getting the vaccine out in large numbers to the entire world. And
the next line is, hear this scheme, let us in you. Live 5,000 years, yes. Through this plane we'll walk.
And I know this image passing you. This babe's not listening. This plane will walk.
And this plane will walk, yep.
Man, listen, they're calling out evil. He said, we will name it. We will name it. And they're talking about the law. When I was outside, I was listening to you guys. And let me just say, we've talked extensively about this particular thing that they're talking about, the law, because they are bound by the law, the natural law, the laws of the universe. They're bound by the laws of magic. And these people are listen, you know what MAGA means? MAGA is the fifth and the highest degree in the Church of Satan. MAGA. Okay? MAGA, everybody. Wear your red hat that says MAGA. Because the MAGA is a magus, and he is, known, and he goes by the name of Donald Trump. MAGA. Magus. Rockin' Rio, are you there?
I am here. All right. So now that they've talked about the vaccine being criminal and wanting to live 5,000 years, the next line here says, he there wrote, yeah, their schemes by human.
And we have to make sure that we're ready.
He there wrote, their schemes by human.
Yep. That's quite a clear one, actually, yeah. Now, we're almost on the break. Hold on now before we start another one. See? We'll be back after these messages. Don't go anywhere. There we go. Now, guys, I'm just going to get a drink of water. I'll be back in a second. Okay?
Yeah, I just made some super strong coffee a second ago. I got the coffee. Hey, Disco, what's going on? I can't see you, but maybe... Rio, do you see Disco? Are you in Kev's Discord?
No, I'm not in the Discord. I'm only on the YouTube and the TFR.
Yeah, I'm on TFR. Hey, everybody over there on TFR, and hey, what's going on? Well, TFR can't hear us, but hey, YouTube, what's up, Dons? What's up, Droney? What's up, Bernays? Good to see you. I hope this got tweeted out. I hope people are tuning in. I haven't taken a look at TalkStream Live. Should I look? Because this is, isn't this, I think in the next 3 minutes is when all the red talkers come on.
Well, no, I've got a half an hour before that. So.
Oh, yeah? Okay, well, I'll check it as soon as my iPad's in the other room. So, no, I took it downstairs. I rolled around. I could hear everybody. I could hear you guys good. I was listening on TalkStream Live, and then I put it back onto the Skype connection, and I had a clear video downstairs. I was pretty much about 500 or 600 feet away from here, from the studio. So that 5G is blasting real good through the walls and shit.
Oh. Like G to lighten the day, right?
Uh-huh. So, no, it doesn't blast through walls. That's it. But 5 gigahertz internet does blast through walls. There's a difference between 5G and 5G. Hey, are you going to AOC?
I will.
Make sure you do, because we only got 30 minutes left, man. Kev's got to get his AOC in. You know what I mean? Well, where are you? You're still MSNBC with Gates?
Yeah.
And then you're what? Then when are you going next? You got more MAGA, or what else have you got?
Well, I got AOC left and Matt Gates.
Okay, listen, I'm not going to say dick. This is all about you and Kev getting to know each other. You guys busting the show out, so I'm just going to hang back. I'll just pop in here and there, but you guys bust it out because there's not much time. And you know how I am. I'm long-winded, huh, Kev?
Oh, Jimmy's the man of long monologues.
He's the filibuster king.
I'm the short burst king.
You think about it, the MAGA thing that you were talking about before I left there, Jimmy.
Yeah.
We talked about the spell that the Trump trained participants are all under.
Yeah.
And the mimetic, not warfare, but mimetic magic.
Yeah. You're 100% right, dude. And they're fucking, it's just like they're under mind control and they're hypnotizing.
Jimmy, I might need you this segment, so don't hang back too much because I've been getting breathless, all right?
Okay, yeah, no problem. I'm here, so, I'm not going anywhere. I was just going to hang back.
No, I know, dude, but just in case you disappear.
I just want Rio to shine, because he's, I'm always, I just really want him to get it. I want
he's already shining bright, dude. Shining bright. I've loved this. Here we go.
Yeah.
Even better than I thought it would be honest with you, and I thought it would be good.
Sweet.
Here we go.
Real people, real radio.
Initiating the truth frequency.
This is Truth Frequency Radio.
I'll stand tall in the face of tyranny. I want it all on my freedom and liberty. I'll keep my guns, you can keep your security. I'll stand tall in the face of tyranny. I'll stand tall in the face of tyranny. I want it all on my freedom and liberty. I'll keep my guns, you can keep your security. I'll stand tall in the face of tyranny.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And don't forget, coming up right after today's Kev Baker show, it's my sister, Lucky. She will be bringing you the quantum connections right here on your number one network, tfrlive.com. So stay tuned for that. You know, obviously, when you're putting together shows every day of the week, it can be hard to really predict how something's going to go. And I had high hopes for today's show, even despite the fact that I am not somebody that's well-tuned to hear reverse speech. I was just saying to the guys there during the break, this has gone even better than I had expected. And I can imagine there'll be people out there who are like Rio, who do hear these things, who will be blown away, because this is certainly some of the first times I've heard Donald Trump played back the way we heard him. Bill Gates, the way we heard him, the Faucinator, I've not heard him backwards before. And I just want to thank Rio, for taking time out today to come on and join Jimmy and I. Jimmy, it goes without saying that I thank you, dude, but I think today both me and you would agree that Rio has definitely been the star guest, and I can't wait to hear what you've got left for us, Rio. So I'm going to take up no more of your time, dude. Let's dive right back in.
I'm going full Jesse Jean, too. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to sit over here.
Oh, nice. Jesse boy.
All right, so let's see. Oh, all right, so the next reverse is going to be, while I was in the cell, lead a monster in. Look, he made me. Were they not evil? We're succubi.
Whoa. Is this Bill Gates?
Yes.
Because there will be another pandemic, and there's so many lessons about.
Whoa, that's
succubi. I heard the cell part as well. Yep. Quite synchronistic, because somebody over in the Discord server, just at the start of the Bill Gates thing, had posted a meme, and it's my good friend ZX, and you'll never guess what it is. It's Bill Gates in a cell.
Oh, really?
Bill Gates in a padded cell. Yes, indeed. And I'll send it to you on Facebook, on Skype, so you can see. I'm not just saying this, but this is the kind of synchronicities I like around the show. There you go. So there's Bill Gates in his cell that he's talking about. I like it.
Yeah, he's... that's a great picture.
Isn't it?
That's good.
That's where he belongs.
Yep. That's where they all belong, dude.
Well, it sounds like it was where he was when he bent over and let the demon take advantage of his rear end.
Probably.
He's gonna say that the seraphs possess him here in a few minutes. So
okay.
He's got it going.
How we weren't prepared, how we should have handled things differently, and
says, "Hear me begin. Start sliding the sword. Virus in the armor. I'll nail us. Sign up. We'll sign it." Oh no, I'm sorry. That was completely the wrong.
I was going to say, I definitely
that line says, for you. That line says, "Male perfection is lamented. Yes, she knew we'd rape her, and we were hot."
Whoa. And this is from the same interview?
Slow that down. Slow that down and play that again, man.
I'll do this one again so you can hear it a little clearer.
How we weren't prepared, how we should have handled things differently, and
Wow. Slow it down, man. Slow it down and play it again, please.
how we weren't prepared, how we should have handled things differently, and
It's a little slower.
Dang, dude.
So, these guys all talk about raping the girls and some of this other
Dude,
stuff.
literally, Kev, there's stuff that we have on these people that we couldn't even play on your show. We can only play it on our late
Well,
night
there's
show.
one person I do want to get to if we do have time, and that is my absolute darling, my babe, AOC. Come on, tell me she says, Kevin Baker, I'm coming to get you. Does she come out with that? No.
I am sorry to tell you, I think I'm going to ruin your image of her.
Oh, no. It would take a lot, dude. It would take a lot. Like, I mean, even her politics haven't ruined her image for me.
Well, I don't know, man.
Well, hey, who are we to judge? Rio, I mean, no one's judging anybody. She can be who she wants to be and get into what she likes to get into. We're not in judgment. We're not saying it's good or bad. That's the thing about the KEV Baker show. He provides, you decide. So, when you hear what AOC has to say, some people may say, oh, my God, how disgusting. And then
Some people might say, oh, my goodness.
Yes. Well, they may just do that, and you're about to find out here in a minute. Are you done? Are you ready to go to AOC, Mr. Rockin' Rio?
A little bit. I got a little bit more Gates here that I want.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Finish up with the Gates and
yeah, you take us where you want to take us, but I need to get my AOC fix, man. I've been looking forward to her.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely get you some AOC. That's for sure. So this one is kind of cool because he says Biden is an imbecile.
there's one category we were diagnosed with. And then during the epidemic, we also made mistakes. There's one category we did well, which was getting R&D money out to the vaccine companies. The U.S. was the biggest at that.
Biden is an imbecile.
So for once, I agree. For once, I agree with Bill Gates.
Yeah. And then he says, so he thought seeing a buck, he's scamming us.
So we thought seeing a buck, he's scamming us.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I'm going to jump up here because the next one is actually Ari Melber talking, because I did say he was a little bad on his own, and this is where it starts getting disturbing.
You're very specific in your work and the letter about what should come next. You talk about a global alert system, infectious disease first responders, and germ games.
Okay, so now he's going to say, my sister, a little girl that I accosted, can't mock this. However, now I will make her whine in your face observing.
Alert system.
My sister Lullable that I because and mock the show ever make her whining if it's observing.
Yep.
So
part of that was very clear.
Yeah, I think that's part of like his initiation. Like I said, he's petitioning to be in the club. So now his response to the question about the initiation is my sister.
He's offering up his child sister. Nice guy.
He's saying he's already done his child sister.
Yeah, he's saying he's already passed the initiation, Kev. This is what I've done. He's resumeing to Bill Gates right now. He's saying, here's my resume, Bill. This is what I did. What do you think? Go ahead, Rio.
Yeah, he's I mean, there's so many of these that you can keep going with these guys. The two of them are just dirty. But
let's get some Matt Gaetz, because I think you've got a good one from him, don't you? Because you looked impressed when you were talking about that one.
Yes, I've got Matt Gaetz. So Matt Gaetz is a representative, I believe, from Florida.
He's in a lot of trouble, is he not?
Oh yeah. Well, he was. they found some child pornography on his phone, according to the FBI, and he, got himself in a little trouble with that. So, hang on a second here, get my.
No problem, dude. No problem. You've absolutely knocking this out the park, Rio. Honestly, man.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Kev.
I'm thoroughly enjoying it. We've only got 20 minutes left. That's the only thing I'm not enjoying.
Well, we could always do it again, or
Oh, definitely, dude. Definitely. We'll have to do it like once every month, couple of months. Once we've got enough to come on, definite.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be happy to do more for you anytime.
Next time, try and get some of these. Boris Johnson would be a good one.
Oh, he totally could, man. And we just didn't go after him just because.
No, I know. But now if we can plan this afterwards. Let's not take up any more time. Let's go.
Okay, so I'm going to start at the end here, where he says Epstein knew that I would share this. And where is that one? There it is.
Hey, you're a little bit far from your mic, and there's some crackling noise going on. Go ahead.
Oh, good. A little bit of crackling here and there. It's atmospheric.
It's unfortunately my mouse makes noise on my.
Jimmy's just a perfectionist, dude. You are awesome. Don't worry about it. Crack on. We're good. I want to get more of these.
So they tried impeachment.
Right, so he's going to say, Epstein knew I would share this.
Epstein knew I would share this. Oh, wow. Oh, that must be uncomfortable for a lot of people hearing that.
Oh, but wait, Kev, this gets better. So, of course, we also mentioned that the reverse, right? There's always a statement about the reverse. So this one, if I can get it zoomed in here, says, I am Baphomet, and I shall work out reversals. So here we go.
Nomination for president, George Herbert Walker Bush said, I'm a quiet man.
So I'll slow him down a little bit.
Yep.
And they all come out. It has showed all reversals. It is there for the.
And then it says to serve the crime below. But, I am Baphomet. So he's
Baphomet.
I am Baphomet, and I shall work out reversals. So now we'll go to the real meat of the Matt Gaetz perversion. This is the he's going to say in reverse, girls that I am obsessed with and love the most, the 8-year-old Negro, mighty nice. God, they're hot. The illness has, now if she moves, knock her off. And then he's going to say, the Negro, mighty nice. Little boy it was, with balls in it. Grosses me out. But I like the pootie. Well, I hope fags get on you.
Wow, let's hear this.
It's not playing. Hold on. Maybe the various forces.
Stopped watching Tucker Carlson, and now they're after Rio.
That's all right, man. I got my flak jacket on, right? I got my flak jacket right here, brother. And I'll be checking the perimeter before I walk outside today, boy. And let me just say, man, Rio, this is like a 0.001% of what you have on these people, Kev. Let me just tell you, man, these people, all these.
Well, they're definitely freaky deakies, but let's see if we can hear it, because I want to hear this, man.
Well, they go to Capitol Hill. Isabella applied for any job that was available, and she ended up working for Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. After that, she ended up working for a Democrat impeachment manager.
So here we go. Slow them down. And girls that I'm obsessed with and love the most, the 8-year-old.
Girls that I'm obsessed with, the 8-year-old,
she ended up working for a Democrat impeachment manager.
I'll slow him down one more.
There's hot.
God, they're hot.
God, they're hot. Whoa.
So now the illness she has, now she moves her knockoff, and this is the where he says the little boy line.
Yeah.
So now that you heard what Matt Gaetz likes, and we know that he had mentioned his buddy Epstein, I'm going to skip up here to the little thing where he says, fly to the island, come have a nasty date down there, and bring your shame dollars.
No danger.
Yes. Yes, he's really got some stuff going here.
10 minutes left.
All right, and then we'll go into the AOC as soon as we do that.
Hey, you can find Into the Microcosm on
To the
Apple.
MAGA nation that shares so much love. So let me assure you, I have not yet begun to fight for the country I love and for the nation that I know benefits from America First principles.
Serve the crime I love.
Stick to the island.
Yep, to the island. Yep. Shame they're loving it. So this is fly down here. So that's fly down here. It's a little noisy because of wind noise in the mic. And then so it's
bring your shame dollars.
Bring your shame dollars. Oh, have a nasty date down there and bring your shame dollars.
Ja, vannacht je date aan, ja. Your shame dollars.
Oh, dude.
So, you know, there you go.
I had no idea we were going to get, like, sentences and stories and, like, proper, like, almost reverse speeches. Not reverse speech, reverse speeches.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. You know, it kind of blew my mind when I first discovered it was, like, that thick.
Yeah, when I had David Oates on the show, it was like a couple of words here or there. And again, it's not to put David down. It's just that was my idea about how this all worked. A couple of words, thank you, Satan, that kind of thing, you know?
Well, for you and I talking and having a conversation, that's how it works.
Yeah.
But for these people, this is a whole different. They're speaking a language in code. You know, they're at a different level than we are.
They're
you know? Like even with what I did with you at the beginning of the show, a little phrase here and there, right? Oh, make you laugh, tell a joke, right? But that's it. For the rest of it, just sounds like nonsense. Just a couple words with what you're talking about. These people are, you know, dumping in a way. You know, you're throwing pebbles in the pond. These guys are dumping.
We've heard the word initiated a couple of times. We're literally talking magic, Jimmy, right?
Yes, we are. And, you know, the thing about this is that this is going on every day. And, you know, like when people say spelling is, you know, magic. And like we said earlier, the word is what created the world, right? God spoke the word and everything was created. So the word, the tone, the frequency, everything that's going on, like I say, we say the definitions of the words really don't matter. It's the sounds they make when you hear them in reverse. And they're sending those signals and sending those sounds purposely because they understand the language of the birds, the falconelli, language of the green light. Rockin' Rio, go ahead. AOC, we got 10 minutes. Go ahead, man.
All right, but real quick before we do AOC, I got to get Kev. I got to get the Kev Baker one in here because...
All right.
Yeah. Did I give away something about AOC when I talked about her?
Yeah, man. Uh-oh.
Oh, I lost it. Where did it go?
Oh, no.
I'm truthful in my desires for AOC.
All right. Well, I'll just tell you because I don't know where it disappeared to.
Yeah.
What you said was you were going to sit and stare at AOC.
Right.
That was. Do you remember actually saying that?
Yeah.
So when you played that backwards, you go, "How sweet it is."
That's creepy.
You gotta send him that audio, man.
That's creepy, dude. That's creepy.
Give you that,
Dude.
No doubt, Kev.
Hey, quick, get into that AOC, man. There's not much time, and everybody's hanging on their seats, including Kev. I see him over there, man. Look at him.
Hanging by
He's
a
ready.
dime in FEMA Region 9.
All right, so here's where AOC gets a little dirty, and trying to get it queued up here.
Well, it's not that she's dirty. I mean, that's a judgment call. Let's just say here's where she reveals. This is some
term of endearment.
There's some true revelation of the method going on here with AOC. This isn't what your granddaddy's revelation of the method, is it, Rio?
No, and she gets pretty deep in it, but
really banning lobbying in spirit. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing where and how far they'd be willing to move on that. But I'm encouraged. And actually Chip Roy, who's in Congress, he represents like kind of the Austin area.
All right, so I'm going to slow her down. And
oh, no.
Oh, yes, Kev.
Oh.
She's say,
there she comes.
My urine is hot. We serve in the nog we serve you, for we serve the nog in the zoo.
That was she saying?
Yeah. Well, there's this whole thing about serving the nog to Master Zeke. Now, nog is obviously a magical potion. So It's talking about making a magical potion out of urine so that Master Zeke can drink it.
Wow. She is freaky, man.
It's hot.
Her urine is hot. Is that what she said there?
Yeah.
Urine is hot.
Urine is hot. In the nog we serve you. We serve nog in the zoo. Then she says, he'll piss inside my arse. Their cream. Ah.
Wow.
Wow. Dang, dude, who knew?
Yeah.
She looks so sweet and innocent.
No, I told you she's a dirty birdie, man. She says, they'll fight. Multiple women will meet me there. And then she'll say, effing Aryan needs a girl. Sneak a lil in, as in little girl. All right, so there's they'll fight. The multiple women will meet me there. Now she'll say, effing Aryan needs a little girl.
She's the hardest one to hear,
Yeah, she's maybe I'm actually going a little too slow because
Yeah, a little too slow.
Really looking forward to seeing where and how far they'd be willing to move on that, but
yeah, that's because to begin with it was too, I don't know, like you said, Jimmy, too slow.
A little too slow, yeah.
Damn. Well, I tell you what, you haven't knocked her off my pedestal I've got her on.
Well, there's plenty more.
Well, listen, we're almost out of time, guys. We are almost out of time. So, Rio, I want you to kind of give your final thoughts to the audience about what's going on here. And listen, if you and Jimmy have got the time again, I know Jimmy comes on every Wednesday anyway. So once a month or whenever you've got enough to come back on, dude, you let Jimmy know and we'll do this again, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely. Anytime you want, Kevin.
Freaky Friday is way better for him because he's off on Fridays. Today he took off early, 2 hours early to come home to make sure he was here to do it because he didn't want to do it from his laptop at the shop. He wanted to do it from the studio. So
we're almost out of time. So Rio, over to you. Let's let Rio have the last word, Jim, because I think after today, putting all this together, I tell you, man, what do you say to the audience about all of this?
Well, I hope I made some believers out of some people. I hope people got to hear it and understand it, and maybe it enlightened some people as to how evil, dirty, nasty, corrupt these people in high places really are, and that they do expose themselves on a regular basis, and there's piles and piles of this stuff as evidence. I mean, this is only
What about people who want to try it, Rio? Any top tips for people who want to try it at home?
Well, most good audio editing software, you can download a clip, import it. You can use there's multiple programs you can use. You can use Audacity. It's a free program. Yep. It's got you can just go in there, highlight a clip, and tell it to reverse and listen to it. It also has a scrubbing tool, which is what I use to go back and forth.
Yep.
It's not really hard to do.
Wow. Jimmy, final thoughts, man.
Final thoughts is 10:30 Pacific, Monday through Friday, right on Aftermath.fm, immediately following Clyde Lewis and Ground Zero. This has been the Kev Baker Show, and you know what? Kev Baker is our best friend, and you know it. We're here anytime for you, Kev, and can't wait to come back. We're going to get Boris Johnson for you, dude, and we're going to string that dude up like a scarecrow.
Good. I like it. Now, the audience were wanting you to bring Nicola Sturgeon as well.
Don't you worry, we will.
Don't, because I get triggered listening to her forwards, let alone backwards. I know she's evil. Rockin, Rio, and Jimmy Jeans. Folks, catch them on Into the Microcosm every Thursday and Friday. Wherever you are, make it TFR. And remember, be careful what you're saying in reverse. We're out of here.
Shake my head. It's time to listen.
Well, I tell you what, I heard a lot more tonight than I ever thought I would hear. Because I'd said to you, Jimmy, hadn't I? I'd said to you beforehand, it's not something I typically get.
Mm-hmm.
But even with you suggesting it, there was still words in there. Like, I was shocked I was hearing some of it. That's how my eyes were kind of, well, hang on, I'm hearing bits of that, even though Rio's told me,
Dude, no one's ever heard any of that stuff either. And we just took down every single one of those false heroes, dude. Every single one of those people that everybody believed in and thought they were on their side.
I just want to try and get back to what I call Truther 101.
Yeah.
The left-right paradigm, it's a fucking illusion. None of these people care for you. And even like if Trump did, even if he came in with great intentions, look what 2 years done to him.
Yeah, that's
what I mean.
Yeah, because he changed. Well, we show, you can see it in the reverse speed. I mean, if we did it, Rio, what you should do?
I think that's how long it took Trump to realize that he was just a front man for a far bigger machine.
Well, I think so. And you know what, Rio? You know what you should do? You should do a mini documentary on the reverse speech of Trump before he went incongruent. Like, do him when he was doing the election and when he was going around speaking.
Send Hillary to jail and things like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You should do that, dude. That'd be a really good one, dude.
Get some of the early stuff.
Yeah, like and then show him making that transition. Like, he was congruent and then he was a liar after one point. And that's true too, man.
Well, Rio, thank you for today. Thank you for taking time off to get home as well. And like I said, there's people over in Disco, and it's a mixed bag, 50-50. Some people get it, some people don't, and that's okay. That's okay, because like I said to people...
It usually is.
Yeah, like I said to people, I typically don't get this stuff, but today I'm shocked, because I probably heard a lot more than I thought I would. Because in the past, I've said to you, Jimmy, I'm worried because once it's suggested, I hear it. But genuinely, I could pick words out of that today. Even I wouldn't have got the full context, Rio, but I'm starting to hear the words now. Whereas before, it was just... I'm thinking, how can anyone hear anything in that?
Well, even when I'm doing it, right, I listen to it. I'll listen to it backwards, and I'll catch one or two words like that. And then I'll slow it down and listen again, and I'll slow it down and listen again. And I'll make notes. And there are times where, like, I'll think I have a phrase and I'll write the next bunch of things and I'll go back and listen to it again and I'll hear something totally different the second time.
And me and Epic noticed with Manson we noticed Manson would make noises and send signals when he was going to start talking in reverse. So he'll make a clicking sound, and he'd like make a grunting noise like a monkey, and then the reverse speech would switch on, and then it would end. But that was a key signal, and it's also, there's other signals that people make when they speak, and like if you listen, if you're a good listener, you can hear people when they speak, and so some people stutter right before they're gonna say something, and So when you hear the stuttering, a lot of times in the stutter, there's something there, and we can't talk about it on the air.
There might be a good one for the next time. Louis Elizondo and Jeremy Corbell, the UFO guys.
I'm not familiar with them, but
right.
Sure.
Yeah, man.
Jeremy Corbell.
If there's ever any guys you want me to do or you want to hear, like even you consider them as a guest on your show or something, you want to see if they're legit, just send me a link and I'll check them out for you.
Yeah, because I am Jeremy Corbell. He's everywhere right now. He's on Tucker Carlson, Fox News.
Well, let's
He's
do
putting
Tucker.
out all the videos, and then you've got Elizondo who worked for the Pentagon. Do you know what I mean?
Let's go down. Let's take Tucker Carlson down too, man. I'm sick of that guy. You guys full of shit.
So what, Elizondo, right?
That Tucker Carlson, dude.
You seen those videos?
He's another one.
He's a prick. You seen those videos?
Well, listen, for anyone who might be thinking, but Tucker's cool, go and watch We've Read the Documents. John Brisson, he will break down who these people are, and none of them are your guy.
No, man. And let me say, the audio of Tucker Carlson calling people the little people, and I'm over here behind my castle wall and all this shit before he got where he is now. When he wasn't doing this, he's doing something else. Back when he was wearing the bow ties and all that shit.
Back when he was trying to get into the CIA.
Exactly. Yeah. So listen, are you gonna go play Scrabble with your mom?
Always, dude.
All right.
Always.
This is Rio. When Rio comes on the end of the microcosm, because he has to work, he can come on Thursday and Friday nights because he can stay out late those nights. But let's go out with his intro song, man. This is an old one, dude. Check it out now. This is how Rio comes in to the show, and we can go out this way so Kev can go play Scrabble. And here you go. Ready? Here we go.
Back to Napoli because he missed the scenery, the native dancers, and the charming songs. But wait a minute, something's wrong. Emergency. Now it's a mambo, mambo Italiano, a mambo Italiano, go Joe. You mixed up Siciliano, or you calabrese, do the mambo like crazy, and a mambo, don't want to tarantella, a mambo, no more.
I'm sorry, man. I start dancing whenever I hear that.
All good, dude. All good. But Rio, thank you, dude. That was I don't want to call it epic because your other co-host called epic. It was fantastic.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I'm glad we got some of that out too. Like,
no, I think
it's great when people get to hear how these people are.
Yeah,
totally different, totally unique, absolutely fantastic, my friend. Brilliant. That's the one thing I try not to be. I try not to be like any other show in alt media. And I can safely say today we got something totally different, and I loved it. Thank you.
And we hey, dude, and we were
glad to be here, man. I definitely enjoyed doing it for you.
Oh, thank you as well, Jimmy, for helping put this together, man.
Hey, man, we kicked them in the nuts, dude. Let me just say, that dude Juan O'Sabin, he wrote that book, Little Boy on the Side of the Road. Well, let me just say this, dude. If you heard what Rio had on that, dude, I'm telling you right now, that book title means a whole different thing than what he means and what he tries to make it mean, and then with the bullshit when he goes around these shows with all this Q shit. And he's lucky that Rio doesn't go after his ass, man. I'm telling you right now, we got him this deep.
Do it, dude. You should just out them because these people are losers.
I'll tell you what, man. I've checked out a lot of people on the alternative media, and and the Q thing and this and that and the other thing. I know who the shills are. Let's just put it that way. I know who they are.
Enormous.
And there's a lot of stuff I won't say or won't put out on the air, but because some of it's like really vulgar and disgusting.
Bad, dude.
Beyond what I even for what I gave you today with pissing and stuff. That's tame.
Yeah.
And it's just it's unbelievable what some of these people are into. It really is.
It is.
From the kinky sex to blood guzzling to.
Yeah, I'm not shocked at the same time because it's going to leak out, isn't it? It's going to leak out.
No one.
So listen, guys, I'm going to get going, but that was fantastic. I've got Scrabble to play.
All right.
I'll be telling my mother all about reverse speech. I'll be boring the head off her.
Well, may you find the 8-letter word.
Well, I tell you, decliner is the highest scoring word we've had so far. 154 points because I got it on a couple of triples. Yes, indeed.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, so I tell you what, man, we love our Scrabble, us bakers. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Guys.
Hey, you hang up. You hang up so Rio and I'll stay on because we're still on YouTube.
No problems. No problems. I'll
all right,
catch you later, guys. And goodbye to your YouTube people.
Bye, everybody. They're all your people. They're over here.
Well, they're your people now. They're your people just now. I'm out of here, guys.
Okay,
there
see
you
ya.
go.
All right, bye-bye. All right, there you go, man. That's it. Rockin' Rio.
Yep.
Are you working tomorrow?
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, are you gonna stop by tonight, or is it gonna be too late?
No, it's probably gonna be too late.
All right. Well, then let's get out of here, then, eh?
What do you got going on tonight?
Tonight, it's WTF Wednesday night, and Steve Pakoinen is like stranded in Arizona. He was trying to get.
Is he?
Yeah, he was trying to get someplace, and the flight was too full. He had to go on standby. He's only got $100 in his pocket, and he's stuck in Arizona. And he doesn't know what he's gonna do. So hey, man.
Arizona's on fire too, isn't it?
I know. Hey, dude, fasten your seatbelt.
As the 21st century began, human evolution was at a turning point. Natural selection, the process by which the strongest, the smartest, the fastest reproduced in greater numbers than the rest, a process which had once favored the noblest traits of man, now began to favor different traits. Most science fiction of the day predicted a future that was more civilized and more intelligent. But as time went on,
while the blockade of Taiwan is a particularly provocative piece of brinksmanship on the part of the Chinese, defense analysts think it highly unlikely that national pride will make them want to take the world to the brink.
Would your country really put the world at risk by breaking this blockade?
Ma'am, there are two realities here. The State Department would like to continue to ease the Chinese on the world community. Politicians, however, face re-elections. And the mood of the American electorate is very strongly pro-Taiwan.
So you're saying...
What I'm saying is, chances of something going seriously wrong are higher than I would like to see them.
The hotline established between myself and the Chinese president, Mr. Li Wan, is in constant use. We are absolutely on top of this situation.
Winners win because they're the best, and losers lose because they don't produce value.
Everyone else, gotta remember that nobody's better than anyone else here. Give it some time to think it over. Look what they do to you, look what they do to me. You must be joking if you think that either one is free here.
Do you ever get the sense that we're living in a chaotic society which seems to be going in every direction at once, led by politicians who seem to pride themselves on their lack of long-term vision?
Yeah, surely one of you has got to back down. Well, there's room enough for give and take on both sides.